Thank you for joining me for our audit of the current resources at the University of Texas at Arlington. My name is Michaela Bledsoe. Let's get started. In this audit, we're going to look specifically at the infrastructure and facilities available at this campus, a closer look at the human resources on this campus, and also taking a glance at the financial resources as well. As we discuss the different resources at this institution, we're going to separate them into their three different categories. We have physical resources, such as the classroom space and size, financial resources, such as the state and federal government funds, and human resources, such as the employees and their positions, student enrollment, and personnel policies. Starting at the human resources category, we see that the institution is fairly large. It currently enrolls more than 41,000 students. It employs more than 1,500 faculty members and currently employs more than 2,500 staff members. So with a large faculty base, we see that there are dispersed in many different colleges and schools and departments within the UTA institution. And we can see that they're more heavily populated in some colleges that have a much more larger student body population, and some have a lesser presence because they don't have that many students enrolled in that particular program. But you can see the dispersal in all of these different departments of the institution. These are the different faculty positions that are available at UTA. The staff at UTA is also dispersed in many different categories on the campus. We see the most concentrated number of UTA staff in operations, followed by information technology and engineering and technical college. And then we start seeing them also dispersed in marketing, medical and health, finance, and human resources, being the least occupied department within UTA. These are the list of different titles that staff can have if they work at UTA. In the next few slides, we're going to look at all the different policies that UTA has in place specifically for their personnel of staff and faculty. If you'd like to view each one and their correlated documents, you can visit the link attached here. So as you see the list scroll by, these are all the policies that are associated with the academic administration and governance at UTA. Shown here deal with administration and campus operations. The list seen here correlates with business and finance policies. This list correlates with the ethics and integrity policies at UTA. These are the policies associated with human resources. This list deals with information technology policies. UTA is a tier one research institution, and so they really focus on their research endeavors. And so it's no surprise that they have their own subset of policies that relate to research administration. And last but not least, we have policies related to student life. And this is included here because a lot of the staff and faculty deal with the student populations and need to be knowledgeable about the different policies in which their students interact with. In the next few slides, we're going to look at UTA's enrollment data statistics. At UTA, their undergraduate student body population totals to about 28,058 students, whereas their graduate population is much smaller at only 13,457 students. Of their graduate student population, 10,000 plus students are master level students, whereas only 1,252 are doctoral and only 1,939 are post-baccalaureate. Of the students enrolled, breaking down by ethnicity, we have 10,316 students that are Hispanic, and this is significant because this institution is classified as a Hispanic serving institution. We also have about 4,444 listed as Black, 4,019 as Asian, which is also important because the university is classified as an Asian American, Native American, Pacific Islander serving institution as well. We also see that there are 7,275 white students, and we have about 789 others, while 1,215 are international students. Of our UTA's student profile, splitting up by gender, we see 25,236 as female and 16,279 male. So this is a much more female-dominated university. Take a look at the state and federal funding that UTA receives. UTA reports the following federal funding. Before going forward, I do want to define things such as pass-through and non-exchange, because we'll also see them in the state funding section as well. So a pass-through entity acts as an intermediary between a federal program and a subrecipient. It distributes funds or resources to the subrecipient to carry out specific tasks or responsibilities outlined within the federal program. Essentially, it facilitates the flow of resources from the federal level to the subrecipient level. Additionally, non-exchange refers to transactions that involve transfers of value without receiving something of equal value in return. It typically applies to situations where funds or resources are provided without the expectation of direct repayment or exchange of goods for services. For example, grants and donations or subsidies often fall under the categories of non-exchange transactions. Federal sponsored programs, the university receives upwards of $63 million. In federal sponsored programs passed through, they receive upwards of $8 million. Federal non-exchange sponsored programs, upwards of $100 million. And federal non-exchange passed through, upwards of $2 million, for a grand total of federal funding that equates to $174,399,285.55. In state funding, UTA receives from state-sponsored programs upwards of $20 million, from state non-exchange pass-through programs upwards of $600,000, and for a total state funding that equates to $21,272,813.20. UTA offers an impressive campus for its student and faculty populations. They have about 83 teaching labs, 168 classrooms, 426 acres, 589 research labs, and just for fun, they have counted that there are upwards of 13,000 doors on campus. And the average age of the space equates to about 34 years old. For the classroom space, we have attached maps in the appendix, and so you can click through and see the different layouts and square footage availability available to the students and staff and faculty of the university. The maps included only include buildings which house either labs or classrooms used for instruction. And so if you would like to see the full detailed facilities report, you can click this link below, or if you would like access to all of the blueprints provided in the appendix, you can click this link below. Because UTA is such a large campus, the following maps will scroll by very quickly. If you'd like to take a closer look at each map, you can either pause the video or you can go to the link provided to see each blueprint individually. Thank you for listening to our audit of University of Texas at Arlington. If you'd like access to any of the resources we used throughout this presentation, you can find them in the bottom right-hand corner of the slide in which the link corresponds with. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.